Hey guys, what's happening? It's Sean1604 coming at you with another update on our Football Manager 2012 story with Celtic. Last time I left you, I was in August 2012. I had to look back and find it because it was a wee while ago now. And we were just draw the Champions League. So let's just catch you up and see where we got to. So this is the domestic form up to now. So the last game we would have played by then would have been probably round about here somewhere. So this is early form. I'm not going to run through them all because there's way too many games, but for the most part, some good wins. 4-0 at Ross County, and 4-0 at Dundee United back to back. So that's some good times here. And then we did lose to Rangers 2-0 away from home, which isn't great, but you'll see in a wee second it's not too bad when I show you the league. Apart from that, we've went on a pretty good run after we lost to St Johnstone away from home. I really got tore into the players and they seemed to respond from then on. St Johnstone's bought Heider Helgeson, who's still a pretty decent player in the game, so I think he's played for QPR and different teams, so yeah, that's where we are. And then we've got some a fair few 5-0 results here. Again, a couple of them away to Motherwell. Mullow getting a hat trick, who's the guy I brought in a while ago, who's developing really well. Left winger, 9 goals and just a crazy amount of assists. Jump quickly on his stats. His stats here, you can obviously look at them yourself, but he's played really well, so I'm happy with him. Yeah, and we'll just get right up to date here. So this is the last game we played in the league. It was 5-0 at home to Dunfermline. John Russell, Baba getting a hat trick, who's my top scorer, and Bangura, who I brought on, he got a goal as well. So here's Baba, he's a beast this year. 32 goals in 37 games, 25 in the league. So great replacement for Gary Hooper, who we lost. So really happy with how he's progressing. Bit older than I would like, 25, but I'm going to keep him here for a while and see how he develops, and then see about getting someone in to replace him, because I don't really have anyone to replace him at the moment. I've got Johnny Russell and Bangura, but no one really I would class as being good enough to go forward. Let's look at the cups. Let's look at Scottish Cup first of all. So as we would expect, won very comfortably in the Scottish Cup. Not too much to worry about here. 2-0 to Inverness and 3-1 at Forfar. This was a totally depleted team that we played here. Bangura, Stokes, a few young boys that we brought in just to see for the game, and we still managed to win, so that's good. I've got Stirling in the next round, so that'll be the same as well. Depleted team probably go out there as well just to see how they get on. The League Cup, we're in the final again against Rangers. Not really doing that well against Rangers, even though they're not doing great, but that's what happens, I guess. They're still a force in Scotland. We're going to the Euro Cup, or the Champions League. We'll see here, it was not great for us this year at all, but it just shows you that what can happen basically if you're not ready for being in that level. So this is how we ended up. Started not too bad. We should have won that game 1-each at Besiktas at home. Lost to Zenit, lost to Porto away, and lost to Porto at home as well. That was the killer one. Losing at home to Porto really screwed our chances up. And then we had 2-1 against Besiktas, which gives a chance in the last game if we won and Porto lost. But we lost and Porto won. So just shows there's a big gap in where we are and where Europe is, because I thought this was a good group, but we still managed to lose, so definitely will need to improve going forward. If we got a look at the league, this is where we are at the moment. So Hibs are ahead of Rangers by a point, and they have a game in hand, so they're the kind of new force in the league. To be honest, they're doing really well. So they're the team to beat as such, and we did draw with them earlier in the season, so they are a good team at the moment. But we're still 11 points ahead of them, and 12 ahead of Rangers, and So even if they do win their game in hand, we're still going to be a good amount of points ahead. So I'm still quite happy with where we are in the league, and I can't see any reason why we wouldn't go on and win it, hopefully. If we get a look at the stats, player stats. So Bava's top scorer with 25 goals. Assists, there we are. Molo with 16. He's been an absolute beast. Average rating, Molo, Bava, Bongaroo, Bistia. Who's really coming into his own as a central defender. Young boy, he's growing and his stats are growing as well at the time, so really happy with that. Quickly going into the transfers. Not much happened in the January transfer window in terms of big things happening. Where were we last, do you think? Would have been about here. So we let Gary Hooper go. I think I said about that in the last video. We had to let him go. He was wanting a new contract. I don't know if in fact that probably wouldn't have been in the last video actually. I'm just thinking about it now. So yeah, we had to let his kid go. He was just not happy, wouldn't sign. I didn't want to really sign him up to a 10-year contract because he was wanting to pay too much money. They managed to get him for 15.5 grand a week, which was way more than he was wanting off me. But yeah, good servant to the club, and I got a decent amount of money. I was wanting about 6 million for him, but got 4.1, which allowed me to do some other things. Melo, who's a guy I bought in, young Brazilian guy. I've loaned him out to one of my feeder clubs, Oostende, who are in the Belgian league. They're one of my feeder clubs, as I say, and he's just learning his trade there. He's actually going to be there for a while because we have to get him citizenship, so because he failed his work permit, so he'll be there for a while. Chris Commons to Everton, 275k. I wasn't using them, so don't know why he's worth 1.5 million, because he certainly isn't, but that's the way it goes. I'm quite happy with that. In terms of people in, this was Melo, who I just showed you, who's the guy that went to Oostende on loan. Florian Robin, this is the one that's annoyed the hell out of me. Young boy, brought him in, 4-star potential. It was 4.5 star, which annoys the hell out of me because it's only half a star, but I paid good money, and I don't know whether he's going to be as good as what I thought he was going to be. Paid 3 million for him, and all my scouts, every single one of them, is between this and another young defender who's a right back. They were saying that a must buy, you have to buy him, so I did, and now I'm not sure if it's going to be worth the money, but we'll see. Made a mistake in the game against the league in the Scottish Cup, and cost us the goal against Forfar. So, but yeah, he'll be learning the trade. He's only 16, so my under 19 team's looking quite good, so I'm quite happy with that. The main thing in the January transfer window was getting players on frees, because I've got a decent transfer budget still left, but I was really scouting players and waiting for them for their contracts to end, and then offered them a contract, and I got a fair few of them, so I'll just quickly show you them. These are all the players that are coming in July, the 1st of July. There's 5 of them. So Dennis Apaya, young boy from Monaco, good stats, 4-star potential, didn't pay for him, he's got a contract from me, so I'm quite happy with that. He's probably going to be a cover at right back. When Stephen Kelly leaves, he can play any position in the back, train him up to be a left back when he comes in. It'll be a good cover. Bionde, another young guy from Fiorentina, really again another cover for centre back. Develop his stats, probably make a profit on him, didn't pay for him, so there you go. Rafael Guerrero from Stade Malherbecan, I don't know that team, I've never heard of them before, to be fair, but a French team. Game again, 4-star potential, not great stats at the moment, but we'll see how they develop. He's going to be my cover at left back for Izagiri. And Christopher Miselou, I needed a cover at defensive mid, so that's what this guy's for. And lastly, Dominic Pandor, who is really a left winger, but I'm probably going to train him in up front as well and do different things with him. He looks like 3.5 star potential. Again, didn't pay for him. I don't really have a marquee sign at the moment. It depends how these guys work when my contracts all come in and see how much money I've got left, and at the end of the season how much money I get to spend. But I'm definitely going to be getting a striker in because the squad is okay at the moment, but it's not great. I would prefer, a few players to be gone. I had an offer for Juarez, didn't let him go. Had $2 million offer for him. I probably should have sold him, to be honest, but I didn't. No one actually offered anything for Kaya or Ki Sung Young, who they keeps coming up saying they're going to offer, but I keep telling them not to. And so far they've stayed away, which is good. This guy's quality. I'm so happy with him as a signing. He's been amazing. So he's probably my favourite signing. Ben Amos I got on loan. I think I showed a while ago. He's not really played games, but he's a good keeper. I might try and buy him, see if he stays, but I doubt it because the wages he will want since he's coming from Man U. But I'll try and get him maybe on loan again next season, just as a cover. Stokes, it's a funny one. I mean, he scored a hat-trick and then after that he's not really done anything, so really a backup. And don't really know what to do with him, to be honest. And then Bangura's wanting away as well, but I've started to play him more because of Gary Hooper leaving. He is getting more of a game now. In terms of my tactics, I've kind of changed them up a wee bit. I switched to this so I could have 2 strikers and created the tactics from scratch in terms of all the players' instructions and everything. So I'm really happy with the way this is at the moment. We'll see how we go on. Keiko and Forrest are also competing for right wing, and obviously Mull at left wing, so this is just the way we are at the moment. Just thought I'd show you how we're getting on with that, but that's pretty much everything. This is just an update really. Got through all the cups, the league. I'll just quickly show you my under-19s team because I'm quite happy with how it's coming. I'm getting some players out that don't need to be here, and I'm starting to get some players in that should, and they've got decent potential. It's Robin Sahar Yaza. Got good potential as well, so I'm going to try and get more young players in, put them in the under-19s team and see how they get on. There's a lot of players here that really don't need to be here. Anyone from about here down the way really doesn't need to be here because they're not good enough to make it here, and I'm not really worry about it too much. So yeah, I'm going to try and get some players out in the next transfer window if I can anyway, or let their contracts run out. There's a few players whose contracts are running out, so that'll be good to get them off the wage bill. That's the main thing. Here's my transfer budget. A lot of this 18 grand is going to be spent up when these players come in. I'm pretty sure. I don't think that's relative to these players coming in, because a lot of these players will be on decent wages, not great, but some decent wages, and some of that transfer budget probably going to go into the wage budget. So yeah, that's where we are at the moment. Just an update. As I said, I'll probably come back at the end of the season just to give an update again as to how we've got on up to the end of the season, and what cups we've won. Hopefully we do more than just win the league this time. I want to win at least one of the other cups, and hopefully all three, but you never know. Since we're out of Europe now, we don't have to worry about that. Rangers are still in Europe, as far as I know, and they're still in Europe. I'm not 100% sure. I don't know how you check, to be honest, where they're. Let's see. I think they're still in Europe. Yeah, they've got AC Milan in the second knockout stage of the Euro Cup, which isn't the Champions League, that's the other one. So that's the Europa Cup. So they've got the AC Milan, which, having them between us in the middle, I'm happy with that. It will make them tired and give them other stuff to focus on. And they've got a replay against Kilmarnock in the 5th round of the Scottish Cup, so they could go to the Scottish Cup as well, which would be great. But we'll see how they get on. And yeah, I said I'll update you again at the end of the season, see how we're getting on. But thanks for listening, and post any comments or any questions or anything below, and I'll try my best to answer them. Thanks. Bye.